Well, isn't this a pretty sight? I told you guys I'd be back. I told you guys I'd be back with another belt video. I said I had another belt getting delivered within the next day. Turns out it was 2 days. Postal Service fails to hit their deadlines yet again. DHL can do it, FedEx can do it, UPS can do it, but somehow the Postal Service always lags and always runs a little bit behind. But what I have here today is a WrestleMania 4 HD Winged Eagle made by ORM. And I bought this secondhand. It's essentially brand new. It was a 2023. Put it this way: the guy that I bought it from first posted about it in April of 23 that he had gotten it, and here we are 3 months later in July, and he's found something he liked better or whatever. But he decided to sell it, so I scooped it up and bought it. Uh, Reggie Parks, just like the Hogan 84, 85, 86, Andre Belt, NWA, National, NWA TV, Classic Intercontinental, Classic Tags, 5 Plate US. I mean, I can go on and on. He made some great looking belts. Also, the Smoky Mountain belts. He made those for Cornette when Cornette launched Smoky Mountain Wrestling. But this is what's considered to be his crown jewel. His crowning achievement is the Winged Eagle. And I believe that as well. I love the Winged Eagle. I think it's my favorite belt. I think it's the best belt they ever had. Although not this version. I prefer the later versions, the like October of 97 through March of 98, the last version. The one that Stone Cold dropped on Vince's foot when he snatched the big eagle off his shoulder. Um, the real tight leather cut, I just love that look of the wings peeking up over the leather. But this belt was around for 10 years. It debuted February 5th of 88 on Saturday Night's Main Event, Hogan versus Andre. And it was one of those things where Hogan did a promo in the back wearing the old belt, wearing the Hogan 86. And then when he walks down to the ring, he's got this around his waist. And they didn't do any big fancy celebration the way they do now with the podium and the cloth and all that sort of stuff when they debut a new belt. They just sent him out there with it. And there were 3 people that were able to hold the Winged Eagle while it was dual plated: Hogan, Randy Savage, and the Ultimate Warrior. Warrior won it at WrestleMania 6, and then the next time you saw him on TV, it was all gold. So that famous shot of him holding up the yellow Intercontinental and the dual plated Winged Eagle, that's the last time you would see a dual plated Winged Eagle. Um, there are some differences between what the WrestleMania 4 version was and later versions of the Winged Eagle that were also dual plated because it stuck around until 1990. And we're going to get into that. The price for this belt is what the original owner told me was $14.50 US dollars, and a 6 month wait. Now he was from England, so we had to do the conversion from British currency from pounds to dollars and get all that stuff worked out. But 6 month wait time to get an HD ORM Winged Eagle, which from what I've heard in the past is really, really fast. I've heard upwards of a year or more to get an HD belt from ORM. Somehow he's gotten caught up and he's doing his orders a lot more efficiently or whatever. But anyway, let's get into this belt. All right. So there are 2 notable features that make this version of the Winged Eagle, I guess, unique as far as WrestleMania 4. The first one is the sidebars. They don't go as close to the Eagle's wings as later versions would do. Over to the left-hand side, I'll put a photo up of Bret Hart, of him with the Winged Eagle at a certain point when one of the wings was broken off. But you can see how closely the sidebars go to the Eagle's wings. And then the early versions of the Winged Eagle, the heavyweight banner that sits on top of the Eagle was not painted in. And ORM has done a fantastic job with this. There's his leather stamp, ORM belts. Like I said, dual plated, HD. You guys can see the boots on the wrestlers. You can see the tights. The grapplers in the main plate there are clear as day, as is the maple leaf, because Reggie Parks was Canadian. A good test of a winged eagle, a belt maker's winged eagle, is how crisp are the stars? How sharp are they? Can you tell if they're stars or they just look like blobs? And with this being an HD belt, Omi did a great job. 2003 Reggie Parks replica is legible on the bottom part of that banner there. The globes look good. The eagle looks good. This is quite a cut above the other winged eagle that I had, made by Mayan Belt or Mayan Belt, however you say it. It had plating issues. I'll zoom in right here so you can tell what part of the belt I want to focus on, and then I'll zoom back out so that way I can put pictures up, and you can see the plating issues that the other one had. It was real bumpy in texture. It wasn't real good. The leather was inconsistent. Like when you came around here to the edge of the side plates, the tooling right here, one mark on the tooling would be closer, one would be further and closer, further. It was not consistent at all. I can live with this leather cut. Like I said, it's not my favorite, but it's a lot better to me than what we would get in later versions of the Winged Eagle, like the mid-90s Shawn Michaels version. I couldn't stand that big round leather cut. To me, it didn't fit the belt. And also on the original version of the Winged Eagle, there were two other things. Number one, the WWF 6 plate didn't read WWF Champion, it read WWF Hulk Hogan. And then later it also read Randy Savage. I think it said Macho Man, not Randy Savage. And then also Ultimate Warrior would get his own 2x5 female snaps. And then this belt tip is indicative of the early versions of the Winged Eagle as well. It is a one-piece tip, but the two diamonds were on the first iteration of the Winged Eagle, and later on it is not there on the Winged Eagle. I just don't understand. This is just for me. I'm going to get some flack for this, but I don't care. I cannot stand to have a belt that was around during the WWF without a WWF logo. And I know they put these things on shop and they look great in the pictures and they even do a good job, with the plating and such. But you're going to get a fake leather strap. You're going to have to re-leather at some point. And then you don't get the correct artwork. And also the plating is not 24 karat gold like this. This is 24 karat gold plating, I'm sure. I think ORM spares no expense when it comes to making a quality belt. And there is one other thing that's missing on this belt. I'll put pictures up to show you, but there is a cross pattern in between the male snaps and where the side plates are supposed to be. There is a cross pattern that is stamped out on the original belt. You see Earl Hebner holding it up on Saturday Night's Main Event when it's debuted. And you can also see it when Savage wins the belt at WrestleMania 4. That's supposed to be there, and it's not. I'll turn it over, show the backing. Try not to touch the plates. Gorgeous black leather backing. There we go. That's a lot better. And then, of course, I'll do this side because it's unfair to do this side. It's got the weight of the belt tip. But I'll show you guys the floppiness of the leather. Folds over as it should. You've got the three little marks there from the three sidebars that are horizontal. That's just a design flaw of the Winged Eagle. It's just a fact of life at this point. There's nothing you can do about it. But yeah, I'm totally happy with this belt. I'm glad I made this purchase. I hate to say it, but it is nicer than the other Winged Eagle that I have, just because one's HD and one's SD. And this is my second ORM belt. The first one, obviously being the Undisputed version 1, which in the process of moving, one of the stones got knocked out, so I got to order some stones, and I just got some gem tack in today, so Hopefully, I'll get that one back to where it used to be. But as far as what's coming up next on this channel, the next thing is going to be my crumb rind getting re-leathered. Max from MW Belts shipped my send out strap the other day. Forgot to send me the tracking information, so I didn't even know it shipped. And then by the time he sent it to me yesterday, it had already cleared through customs in the States. So I should be getting that hopefully um, the next 2 or 3 days. Today's Saturday, and hopefully it'll be on there, and this video, or the next video, sorry, the next video will be uploaded next Sunday. So that's it, guys. I try to make this video as short as I can. One last thing though. When I got this belt, and I'll put photos up. When I got this belt, it was kind of dingy, hazy. I don't know what you want to say, but it wasn't as clean as it is now. And one of the things that I found, I do not recommend this to do this more than once or twice through the life of the belt. But if you really need to, reach down deep and and swing for the fences and hope you can get a belt cleaned up, Connoisseur's gold polishing cloth is something that I used on this, and like I said, I'm putting up before and after pictures and such. Like I said, I would not recommend it because I've been told it's supposed to be for solid materials, not plated, and it could take your plating off as you use it and use it and use it. So just bear that in mind. The white cloth that's included, they're stitched together. The white portion is for cleaning. The pink portion is for polishing. And like I said, once or twice over the life of the belt, if you got something you really can't get off of there, I think it was safe. I've never had any problems with my belts, but I would not recommend as your usual cleaning method ammonia-free glass cleaner and a microfiber towel. Some people use Dawn dish soap and water and a microfiber towel, but I just figured I'd pass that along in case you have anything that won't come off and you've already tried the other two methods. Give that gold polishing cloth a shot, and I'll just see you guys on the next video.